Yang Berhormat Dato' Amar Speaker, Yang Berhormat Menteri-Menteri, Yang Berhormat Setiausaha Kerajaan Negeri, dan juga Yang Mulia Saudara Yahya, Federal Secretary, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, khususnya civil servants all together. May I ask you all to be upstanding and offer a silent prayer to the late Bernard Ten, who was murdered by those murderers in the Philippines. He was a Sarawakian and a Malaysian. Can we observe 1 minute silence, please? Thank you. This must be the biggest gathering of civil servants I have ever seen in my life. If you stay here any longer, the government cannot function. I hope you have the State Secretary's permission to attend this meeting today. I assume he has, because he is present himself. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, I am very happy to be in the presence of the best civil service in Malaysia. Not only now, before, and I hope in the future. You have a reputation for dedication, for responsibility, and for taking charge. And that is a blessing for Sarawak. Leadership, I don't want to talk about leadership. You can define it with so many things. But I think in relation to decision-making, you must do it fast. The State Secretary just now talked about someone who took the initiative to help in the fire, some longhouse on fire or something, without waiting for some memorandum or something, written memorandum from his boss or something like that. That is a quality of leadership, having initiative. And you must talk about the political side of it. Leadership on political side is also being decisive. Being decisive and doing it quickly. Just do it. Don't think too much about it. Think about it, yes, but after that, make a decision and never look back. Otherwise, you can never make any decision. So what is the point of being a leader if you are indecisive all the time? You have been elected to make decisions. So in that tradition, in the last 2 years or so, I have taken 45 initiatives in the short 19 months. Perhaps this is a show, I don't know, you can interpret it as a show of leadership, whatever you call it. But in the last 19 months or so, we have made 45 decisions. And today, I'm making the 46th decision, right now. Correspondence with the government, intergovernment, or the public and the government need not be in Bahasa Malaysia all the time. You can write in Bahasa Malaysia, of course, and English at the same time, so that you can be easily understood. That is the 46th decision. Decision number 1 is not to read the text given to me. In the last civil service day, I taught getting things done by just do it. Stating a problem does not solve the problem. Stating a problem is just stating a problem. It does not solve the problem. You must take a further step, further than that, on how to solve a problem. A good lawyer is a person who can tell you, this you cannot do, this you cannot do, this you cannot do, but this one you can do. That is a sign of a good lawyer, who can tell you what you cannot do, but also what you can do. Be positive about it. So these are the things that is associated with leadership and with taking charge. I'm glad to see that the team Just Do It is taken a step further to portray the leadership and taking charge culture that must be inculcated in the civil service. There is nothing so irritating as to have a divisional council meeting or some meeting, and some department send a very junior officer, and then when we ask him, I must report to my head of department. What is he doing there for? He must make a decision there and then, not I must report to the head of the department. So that is an example of irresponsibility on the part of the person and on the part of the head of the department for sending a junior officer who cannot make a decision. I've encountered this so many times. My answer is, just go back. Don't attend the meeting anymore, no point. A leader takes charge. He does not pass the buck to those under him or junior officers. You delegate, yes, you can delegate, but that doesn't mean you do not responsible. You're still not responsible. You can delegate, and if there's something wrong, you take the responsibility. Don't say, oh, bukan aku tuknya malah. No, that is stupid. Bukan aku salahnya, aku dah malahnya. Ni aku tahu, dah lah ya. Cannot. Delegation is not dereliction of duty. It cannot be read as dereliction of duty. I am the chief minister. I make decisions. If it goes wrong, I cannot blame the state secretary. I cannot blame the state attorney general for advising on that one. I cannot go to Dewan Undangan Negeri and say, sorry lah, my permanent secretary advised me wrongly. Dia yang salah, bukan aku. No. You better resign as minister lah, if that is the case. The buck stops here. As President Truman says, the buck stops here. A leader who does not take charge is like a rudderless ship that gets lost in the sea because the captain fails to provide a direction. Sometimes I notice when the leader fails to provide a direction, the junior officer don't know what to do. Because nobody tells him what to do. I remember one very telling incident when I was Minister for Social Development. There was one football field, small stadium. They have 7 people to look after a small football field. So when I asked them, one chap was very honest. He's very honest. At least he's honest. Minta maaf yang berhormat. Saya tu dah 6 bulan kerja situ. Tiada orang nyuruh saya mula apa-apa. At least he's honest. Nobody tells him what to do. He's just waiting for what to do, but nobody tells him. And that is the fault of the supervisor who cannot decide where they are going to. So these are just a practical example. So now, I come back to some of the decisions I've made. The first thing I decided when I became Chief Minister was to say, I am Chief Minister of all the people, not just the Malay, or the Iban, or the Batayu, or the Chinese. My title is Chief Minister of Sarawak, not Chief Minister of Melayu, or China, or Iban. I am also the Chief Minister for Muslims, Christians, Buddhists, and other religions. Sarawak belongs to all of us, and us, we have an important stake in the future of Sarawak. All of us are sons and daughters of Sarawak. We are all anak Sarawak. This is not empty talk. If you care to look at the various things we have done in the last 20 months, it will show that we are not biased towards any particular race or religion. It is pointless to be a chief minister if I fail to care for all the people of Sarawak, and that includes the opposition. I think the opposition was surprised at the beginning of my chief ministership when I asked the state to donate 1 million medical expenses for the late Wong Ho Leng, even though he was opposition. It is our responsibility and our duty also. Last year, I mentioned about a number of things I'm not happy about, like illegal logging, poor enforcement agencies in the civil service, integrity and corruption. Decision number 1, reduce electricity rate for all the people. The only state that talk about reducing, where all the others are talking about increasing. If we build dams, Bakun, Batang Air, Murum, so that we can provide cheap electricity to foreign companies, Japanese or Korean companies. Why cannot we do the same for our own people? After all, it is our river, our dam, and our mountain. It is produced here in Sarawak. I think we made a mistake before, and I hope that mistake can be corrected in due time. You have a kampung, a longhouse, right next to Batang Air. A kampung right next to Batang Air. We supply electricity to the rest of Sarawak, but not the kampung next door. I think this situation ought to be. Tiap-tiap hari ya, jangan waya melimpah kampungnya ya. Begitu tempat orang lain. Yang puji dapat apa? No, that is not being fair. And we will seek to change that situation. Reduction of ferry charges. Ni lah orang ada duit. Punya ketua menteri ada adanya duit. Punya farmer, simple farmer, tiap-tiap hari bayar RM5, RM10, RM15. Punya diam dekat ferry, dia kerja belanun, sekolahnya. Apa kali dia pergi have to use the ferry. Belum ada apa-apa, sudah RM50, RM60 setahun. Siapa nama RM100 setahun. Gaji enggak RM1,000. 100 pakai bayar ferry. 200 pakai bayar mortgage on the car, mortgage on the house or whatever it is. 300 bayar tu bayar elektrik ke apa ke. Tinggal 200. Siapa dapat hidup laut sana? Makan batu bukan? So at least where I can reduce, I will reduce. GST, jangan kita anggap kerajaan negeri. Bukan aku olah ya. Taxation is a federal matter, not a state matter. Jangan kalau nak pilih, tenang, naik harga tu. No, it's not fair. Aku benar-benar naik, okey lah. Tapi ya sih betul lah. Dan nombor negara ada. So now, bayar RM1 cukup. Berapa kali kita jumpa, bayar RM1 sudah habis cerita. Tanah asal 99 tahun. Dan ditukar subdivide jadi 60 tahun. No. Punya tanah asal 99, nya dibagi sama-sama 99. Tu aku dah madah dengan kerajaan pusat. Ada madah kami tu, madah Iban, madah Dayuh, madah orang Ulu, lain-lain. Sejak Melayu pun jangan nemu. Sebut bumi putera ke Melayu semua laut. 99% laut. Bukan menua kita itu 25% laut, 30% Iban, 29% 80% budaya, 6% orang Ulu. Sudah tu manusia, bukannya lain-lain. Sudah tu. Ya, ada budayanya pun, ada tradisinya pun. Betul lah sih sama, tapi Cik Melayu pun tahu, minta maaf lah. Sebut bumi putera, Melayu, Cina, Tamil. Apa? Mak Tamil situ. So no more lain-lain business. No more lain-lain business. Dalam orang, mula-mula kita nemu orang nyebut lain-lain, cancel saja. Tanya siapa nyuruh, aku nyuruh. I take the responsibility. So orang Cina tu, anak angkat orang Cina pendatang. Don't call them pendatang, especially second, third, fourth generation. They are like us, same citizen, same status. Tidak tu bukan pendatang haram dari Indonesia, Indon ke sana kan. They've been here 2 or 3 generation. Dia beranak situ, sekolah situ, nikah situ, bercerai situ, mati situ, dikubur situ. Apa lagi? Tangan ke kanan banyak dah kubur Cina. Mau pendatang, apa macam-macam. Benarlah yang memang asal negeri Cina, nenek datuknya. Dan dekat ayahnya melawat negeri Cina, berjumpa dengan adik kakaknya Malaysia. Mari, betul. Tapi kat ayah pulang ni. Saya nak local kat sinun. Jadi ya lah, don't call them pendatang. Nyakit hati. Macam you are not welcome in your own country. Yang bukan Islam, kita nak guna perkataan Allah suka hati kita. Di Sarawak, notebook si jadi hal. Nisi jadi hal macam semenanjung. Tiap-tiap hari berbentes. No problem in Sarawak. You can use it any way you want. Except you must say it with respect. Dengan cara hormat. That everybody agrees. Kini itu sebelum masa saya, Independent Chinese School. Di sini dapat grant apa-apa. Sisi pun ada. Now I recognize them, I give them funding every year untuk Independent Chinese School. Mungkin sih banyaklah, tapi tanda we recognize them for the service. Sekolah Cina, United Examination Certificate. We recognize that. The first state to recognize UEC. United Examination Certificate. Mereka boleh menawar diri kerja kerja dengan kerajaan negeri, apply for a job with the state government, and they can apply for scholarship or loan from Yayasan Sarawak. Nothing to do with federal government. That is their policy, suka hatinya, tapi not here. Nakkah bodoh? Orang beratus-ratus dapat sertifikat, paksa lari kerja tempat lain. Orang pandai-pandai dia ambil di Singapura, ambil negeri lain. You lost the talent, the manpower. Be practical. Be practical, don't be doctrinaire about the whole thing. So now this is what we have done. And from next year onwards, we welcome any application by those qualified under UEC to apply for government jobs in the state civil service. No hudud. No hudud here. Kelantan suka hatinya. Terengganu suka hatinya. Orang Islam di Terengganu di Kelantan 95%. Boleh kata semua negeri ya, orang Islam. Situ apa enggak? Cisuku. Cicupak, bukan Sigantang. Of course I want, as a Muslim, I want it to be implemented. Of course. But I want it to be practical. Can it be done or not? I don't think it can be done. Not here. So, no hudud. No more timber license. No more plantation. Cukup commercial timber license. Cukup. Habis negeri Sarawak pula. Habis kayu. Sudah tu ya habis. Curi kayu kerek kanan. Benar po. Kerek kanan. Bagian nenek yang pun utang. No more. I have armed and provided more manpower, armed the Forest Department, Sarawak Forestry Corporation, and they have been very effective in the enforcement. Tiap-tiap hari, setiap minggu, setiap kali ada orang ditangkap. Curi kayu. And I've changed the law to say that anybody found in possession of timber is presumed to have stolen it unless he can prove otherwise. The burden of proof is on the thief, not on the government. So if you're found in possession, you tell me, you prove to me it is taken legally. Otherwise, you are presumed to have stolen it. The burden is shifted on them. I've increased the penalty, I've increased the compound. As a result of cooperation among all government departments, Forest, Forestry Corporation, Police, Marine Police, and all the others, combined operation, we have been quite successful. I don't think we can wipe out illegal felling altogether. No, that's impossible. But we have reduced the number. I hear that there are about 30 of sawmill, which is tutup already. Karena si ada kayu curi lagi. Nyaman rasanya. Bankrupt, misalnya. You cannot. Otherwise, there will be no timber left. And I want to increase the number of national parks also, easy for protection. So these are among the various decisions we made in the last 18 months or so. And the reason why I want another 5 more years. Dua tahun sih cukup. I want 5 more years at least to finish the job and make other decisions for the benefit of Sarawak. Right now, we are negotiating with the federal government to give more power back to Sarawak. Empowerment, devolution, we call it. In 50 years, from 63 to now, more than 50 years, the Malaysia Agreement has not been followed 100%. The federal government has taken over some of our powers and responsibility. We want it back. We want it back. Not that we don't agree with the Federation. No, we will stay in Malaysia forever. But more autonomy for Sarawak. More autonomy for Sarawak. In terms of kenapa guna 2 jabatan JKR di Sarawak. Anwar Ibrahim batok di jail. We want it back because we can do it better than them. We know the local condition better. There was one case, nampak orang si tahu lah tu. They want to start a mini hydro project in one kampung. Baguslah, berjuta-juta belanja. Kayak asyik naik. You want to build a hydro dam with no water. Only certain times of the year yang ada lah, musim tandas yang ada lah. Tinggi kemarau asyik ada. Kena ada jam. Kerana asyik tahu. Semua di KL saja. Nggak pael saja. We want decision for Sarawak to be made by Sarawakians who know the business better. Who knows about Sarawak better than Sarawakians themselves? I don't know anything like Kuala Kedah or Negeri Sembilan. I don't know. But for Sarawak, we all know a little bit lah. So this is the process of negotiation. Minyak, gas, dekat Mukah, dekat Bintulu, dekat Miri. Siapa pun. Siapa pun. Punya di Terengganu, di Kelantan, misalnya, suka hatinya, aku si peduli. Tapi punya Sarawak, aku ngambil peduli. I take the stand, 5% tidak cukup. Tai manok. Tapi itu belum selesai lah. Lagi dalam pengundangan. Tapi kita berjaya dari segi corporate social responsibility. Petronas setuju membelanjai 2,1 bilion kontrak untuk syarikat-syarikat Sarawak. Akan utamakan jika kontrak itu akan dilakukan di Sarawak, kita utamakan syarikat Sarawak. Jangan dibuat orang lain, kita putih mata. We don't want to be just spectator. Tangga saja. Orang yang kita beli mata tangga. We want to participant, active participant in that period. So negotiation is still going on. That is why I need more time. That's why I need more time to conclude something. Teachers, Prime Minister have kindly said it. In 3 years' time, teachers in Sarawak and Sabah, 90% will be Sarawakian or Sabahan. Banyak sudah semenanjung datang Sarawak ngajar jadi cikgu. Banyaknya minta pulang. They want to go back. The only problem is, si ada cukup cikgu-cikgu dari Sarawak dapat ambil tempatnya. So that is the problem there. Mau cukup, they can go back. Si cukup. So I've asked more teachers to be trained and to lower the standard a bit, so that more Sarawakian can be trained as teachers to come back to Sarawak. And that will also take time. So that is the policies that we have adopted in the last two and a half years. Okay. The last high performance team retreat in Kuala Lumpur, Kota Kinabalu, many of these issues were discussed at great length by the participating heads of government agencies and GLC of Sarawak. Many practical solutions were proposed to resolve the problem that was tabled for discussion. Aku masih baca, tapi baca. I'm glad to see that high performance team is doing a good job in finding solutions to the common problems affecting state and the rakyat. SPT also espouses many action plans to resolve problems immediately and without delay. That is what I meant by just do it and taking charge. My strong stand on English has irritated some of the so-called nationalists who have accused me of being anti-nationalistic and anti-patriotic. Advocating English has nothing to do with nationalism and patriotism. It is just being realistic. English is no longer just a language of the Anglo-Saxon people. It is an international language, it is a technological language, it is scientific language, literature, philosophy, etc. All fields of human knowledge. How can we abandon it? We should adopt English also. Together with Bahasa Malaysia, both. You know how many graduates are unemployed because they cannot speak English? Nak sayang. Tens of thousands are unemployable because they don't know English. I don't know who was making the decision so many years ago, not knowing the consequences that visited on other people. I read recently in the newspaper, for example, that more than 1,000 doctors had completed their studies, gave up their medical career because of poor command of English. We lost talent. Equally sad is the unemployment of about thousands of graduates in Malaysia who cannot find proper jobs due to inability to speak and write decent English. Our civil service also need to be conversant in English as we need to communicate. English is no longer the language of the colonialists, it's a language of communication science, and technology. Civil servants are the backbone of the government. All mandate chiefs and action plan need the support and commitment of civil servants serving in Sarawak, whether from the state or federal agencies. As you know, civil servants are the backbone and engine of government machinery, and they make government work. On the other hand, if they do not perform as expected, they can also cause the government to be dysfunctional, make it look somewhat ineffective and inefficient. So I urge all of you to do your best for the state. This special appeal goes to all officers serving in federal agencies in Sarawak. Now, I would like to address myself to federal agencies and federal departments. You are in Sarawak to provide a service. Federal agencies and departments. You are in Sarawak to serve Sarawak. And if we are not satisfied with your service, we will go on top of you, over you, to complain to your big bosses in Kuala Lumpur. We have the right to say that we are not satisfied with the performance of this federal department and so on. And if the heads of department in Kuala Lumpur do not heed our advice, we bring it up to our MP to be brought in Parliament. Make it a political issue. So your loyalty lies, of course, with Kuala Lumpur and also in Sarawak. That is why you are sent here. Make that clear. Don't say, apa peduli. Kami responsible Kuala Lumpur. Okay lah. I complain, kau tahu. Cannot take that attitude. But most of them, I notice, are very good, dedicated to Sarawak. Even though they are from somewhere else. Some even so like Sarawak very much that when they retire, they want to be permanent resident here. Mana nak di Sarawak tu? Bukan kerana dia nak cari bini modal saja. Because they like it in Sarawak. And these people, these are the kind of people that we want. We don't want any federal officers from other states. The moment they land in Kuching, aku nak pulang. Pulang, kau nak datang lah. Cannot. All the time hoping to be transported back. Devolution of power, matters relating to education, religion, language, immigration, finance, among others. English, emphasis on English and Bahasa at the same time. That is the first step to make English the language also for intergovernmental and with governmental communication. The road ahead is not easy, but nothing is impossible if we all work hard as a team. With the cooperation of all of you, I'm optimistic that the future of Sarawak will be in good hands. You will see more initiatives in the coming months and the coming years. Rest assured that if I am given more time, I will do more for Sarawak. All I need is 5 more years. After that, I want to retire. Cukup. No more. Give me a chance. And if it is no good, kick me out lah. Kick me out. I'll be happy to be kicked out. Dengan kata demikian, saya dengan lafaz Bismillahirrahmanirrahim dengan sukacita merasmikan Hari Perkhidmatan Awam tahun ini. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you.